I hate you. I hate you. Yeah, I guess.
Since I'm on this side.
Oh, do
What's
you
up?
have
What's
your
up? What's
stuff?
up? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast where it's Cannot Espresso. My name's Kaniela.
My name's Joe. What are you drinking today, Kaniela?
I'm drinking a big fat fucking coffee from my usual coffee place. And it's a Snickers, which is a mocha with hazelnut and caramel.
Yum. Sounds fucking
It
amazing.
is.
Um, Today I have Starbucks. I got a venti ice toasted vanilla oat milk shaken espresso. I didn't get the brown sugar one, but I should have because I don't know if I like this one today.
Yeah. The brown sugar one is definitely the most popular. And the toasted vanilla is like the second most popular. You know, there's another one. It's malt chocolate and almond milk,
That sounds good.
which
Oh
is,
yeah, I think I've tried
yeah,
it, but I don't know if I like that one.
that one is good. Get it with oat milk instead. Like, just switch the milks out because that one is so good. I think the malt chocolate is underrated.
Yeah, and then sometimes they don't put enough like oat milk too, so it's like super bitter. But
Mm.
this one is good because I do like the toasty vanilla taste, but like I don't know, I feel like they didn't put enough in here,
I
so
actually
it's
don't even think
quite
I've ever
bitter.
tried the toasted vanilla syrup. That's so
It's good.
interesting.
It's
I just
toasty.
never gave it a
It's a
gave
little
it a
burnt.
second thought.
Yeah.
It's a little burnt. So yeah.
Now that we're on here, I kind of forgot what I wanted to talk about. So,
I
do
knew
you have
it.
a
You should have wrote
topic?
it down.
I should have.
I
I also
literally just
wanted
asked you this an
to,
hour ago.
because I like that one day that we were talking about theories and stuff like that, and I keep
Yeah.
forgetting to like look for a theory that I want to mention throughout the video.
Okay, well, we can talk about the theory I sent a Snapchat to you about.
Oh yes, that was a good one. That was a good
Um,
one.
and I also have another theory to talk about after that. So,
Perfect. I
my
like how you're prepared
theory,
today and I'm not.
right? And I actually have a few different topics to write down.
Yeah.
So, my theory is that, and it happened because I was at work and then I saw this guy came in. And I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, this is just another customer. And then like in the middle of our transaction, I noticed he was like staring at me. And then like I looked at him and he was like, oh, Kaniela. And I was just like, I looked at him and it took me like a good 2 seconds. And then I was like, oh, I know you. And then like I was just like, oh hey, what's up? How's it going? Whatever. But then it made me think like I was showering that night and I was just like, what if I only saw him because I'm gonna like die soon? Because I have this like weird theory, or like I honestly feel like it came from other people's like experiences when they lose someone or if they find out someone passed away and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, I just saw them too like the other day. And so I always think that when I see somebody from like my past, whether it's like an old friend or like an old acquaintance, like an old teacher or whatever, a family member I haven't seen in a long time, I have a theory that like it's either I'm gonna die soon or like they're gonna die soon. And
Yeah.
that was just like the universe's way of being like, this is your final goodbye to this person that you've haven't seen in a while. Like, here you go. So yeah, that made me freak out a little bit. And I always freak out whenever I see people that I haven't seen in a while because that's just immediately what my mind goes to. I'm just like, oh, it's my
I
time.
don't think that I've ever like thought of it like that. Like when I do see people I haven't seen in a while, but that does make sense because I feel like it may have happened to me too before, where I'm just like, oh, I swear I just saw this person, like, or
Mm,
maybe I've seen them not long before it happens.
yeah.
But no, sometimes I think now that you mention it, now I'm like, what if it's them?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
Mm.
Like, yeah. But that makes so much sense because I feel like, yeah, a lot of people, I'll see people in the comments when somebody passes and they're like, oh my God, I just saw this person.
Right. Like someone from our school or someone from our town.
Yeah. And it's crazy that we're
And
talking about this and we have like kind of a darker vibe to today's one because of our
yeah.
lightings.
Usually the lighting at over here is like it's very bright and sunny and I have to close the blinds. And then like
But
the
I
light is
did
still
wake up a little late
overpowering.
today.
Yeah. We're filming a lot later than we usually do. Um, I love how I sent you a meme of what's his name?
I
What
don't
the
know who
fuck
it
is his
was.
It's the guy something. I love him. He's like he was really popping at one point. If I just look at him, I feel like I'll know. God. Okay, I'm just gonna show the audience. Do you guys know this man?
Oh, Casey Frey. Casey
Casey
Frey.
Frey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him.
I completely forgot what image you sent me. I just laughed because I know
Yeah,
it was a funny one.
because I just like, and I sent that to you at like 10 something, which usually we're like recording by then. But this
Well,
morning, I
we're like
actually had
in
a
the
pretty
process
productive
of getting ready
morning.
to record by then.
Yeah, in the process at least. But this morning, I was a little late only because I wanted to go to the farmer's market and get some produce because I'm going to start making smoothies. I'm going to become a healthy girl.
Yes,
So I did that and got coffee. And then by the time I got home, usually I would text you when I wake up, but I didn't because I wanted to do all that. And then I got home and then I texted you and then like I didn't hear from you for like hours later. And I was just like, oh, maybe she's
for two
hungover or something. That
hours.
was my first thought. I was just like, oh, maybe she's just hanging. So I would just like let her wake up and text me when she's ready.
Yeah, so I woke up at
I
like
think he's
12:50
gonna
something. And it is about to be 3. So it took about 2 hours for us to get prepared for this. Um I had to wait for my coffee to come because I wasn't gonna drive. Like I don't even have a
die.
vehicle to drive. It's at my boyfriend's job, so I had to order coffee to be here because I was already late. I wasn't gonna sit in the kitchen and make my coffee and make my breakfast, so I ordered it. But I was really, really, really looking forward to waking up early today so I could try and make my Vietnamese coffee and have that for this podcast. I also wanted to try and make a TikTok of me making that Vietnamese coffee. So that would
Oh,
have been fun, but I didn't have
tomorrow,
time.
tomorrow, or the day
Tomorrow I have
after.
work and I'm not gonna have time.
The day after tomorrow. Shit.
And that day I have work too, so I'm not gonna have time.
You should just return the coffee maker.
Honestly. I'm so excited to use it though. I love Vietnamese
Mm.
coffee.
I actually never like she actually was telling me about it and I never heard of Vietnamese coffee and what my mind immediately went to was Thai iced tea cuz I also learned that pho is a Vietnamese food cuz anytime I would go to like a restaurant to get pho, like I would drink Thai tea with it and so I just assumed like oh this is a Thai
Oh, it was
restaurant.
Thai, yeah.
Yeah. So
But
I
like
learned the
Thai
difference
tea
today.
and Vietnamese coffee just come hand in hand. Like every Vietnamese place
Mm,
that has Thai tea will have like majority of the time will have Vietnamese iced coffee too.
mm.
And
I need to
I
try
don't know, it's
Vietnamese
so good.
coffee now cuz I've
It's
never had it.
good.
And it's got condensed milk, which I'm all about that shit.
That's basically all it is. So you just pour hot water over the drip thing with the Vietnamese coffee grounds, and
Mm,
then you pour the condensed milk at the bottom of the glass first. So then you let the drip kind of drip down onto it until it's done, and then it's like
pour it over
kind of
ice.
two separate layers. Yeah, so you'll see like the
Yeah,
thick Vietnamese, I mean the thick condensed milk at the bottom and then
yeah.
the coffee, and then you stir it and then you add ice. That's how I like to do it. Some people like to drip it over the ice, but then I feel like
Then
that
it's hard
just,
to, like, stir the condensed milk.
yeah.
Actually, I should literally just try it when I go to work next because I can just
You
make
guys
it.
have condensed milk? Oh, you do, yeah, like the
We
Thai
do.
walls.
Mhm.
You
So
should
I'm probably gonna
just have
make
the drip of espresso over
actually,
it.
no, that's so funny that I forgot about this. The last time I worked, I made a Thai latte. Like, I put a whole bunch of, Thai syrup on the bottom, and then I poured espresso on it, stirred it, and then I used oat milk. Yeah, and I think I put brown sugar in it too because I think brown sugar is just good to put in everything. So I had a Thai brown sugar iced latte.
Yeah. And then I think for the Vietnamese coffee, they don't usually add any like milk. It's usually just a condensed milk. But I'm
You
not
probably
sure if
don't need
it's
any.
gonna be exactly the same because they use different coffee grounds too.
Yeah,
Um,
in my mind, I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like a generic version or like,
but it'll be similar, I'm
um,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if we have a Vietnamese coffee at Starbucks. I'll have to look. Oh wait, we
Yeah.
do, but it's a reserved one, so it's really expensive, and I don't want to pay. Well, actually,
Yeah.
but yeah.
They use it's like
Um,
an orange can. It's like Cafe Du Monde or something, Du Monde or something like that.
yeah. When I looked
Yeah.
up the coffee maker, I saw that brand.
Yeah. So like I went to a pho place like this other weekend and there was like 20 cans of that on the shelf because I guess they just use that so much of it, right? Because everybody gets.
Mhm.
I can't eat pho without either Thai tea or coffee, so I'm sure other people feel the
True.
same.
Me too. Anytime I get pho, I have to have the Thai iced tea. I love the Thai iced tea. It's so good.
Yeah. Because I feel like it just comes hand in hand. Otherwise, I like if I don't go and get pho, that's I'm never gonna go and get just a Vietnamese coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should definitely try that next. Um,
Next time
anyways,
you're in a city.
yeah. I wanted to also tell you my theory about aliens and what I think aliens actually are. And I feel like I've kind of went over this before, but not like I wasn't really good at explaining it. But so, anyway, I feel like ancient civilizations like ancient Egypt, Mexico, which is the Aztecs, they were like super advanced, like more advanced than what we know about. And they actually were able to like do space travel. And I feel like at one point they might have taken all the smartest people, maybe all the richest people, but I feel like they might have not been like a capitalist society like we are today. So maybe it was just all the smart people and capable people. And they went and explored the cosmos like a long time ago. And I feel like when, because the hieroglyphics and like the old drawings that they would discover and how they have like spaceships in them, I feel like that's not like the ancient civilizations drawing spaceships that came from space, but they're just drawing their own technology that they invented and um, they used themselves to just leave Earth. And I feel like that is like what aliens are. So whenever you see like a UFO, it's actually just like really old, I don't know, an ancient human civilization coming back to Earth to like check up on us, or like they're just coming back to visit every once in a while. And I feel like, yeah, that's my theory on ancient
Did
civilization.
you see a video talking about that, or did you kind of just think of it and
No, I kind
create
of thought
that
of it
scenario?
myself. Yeah, because I'm like thinking like
Wow, big brain fucker.
so big. Honestly, NASA has emailed me a few times, but I had to just turn them away because I was
Oh
just like,
yeah,
no, I
no,
just
I
like to live
don't.
a humble
I
life.
just don't want to be famous. Like
Yeah. I don't want to be rich and famous and a philosopher. I just want to live in my little
the
studio
struggle builds
apartment, living in,
character,
yeah,
so I'm good.
yeah, working my minimum wage, living the 9 to 5 life, I'm fine with that completely.
I wouldn't trade it for the world, honestly.
Not at all. No, like you tell me, you tell me I'll be a billionaire tomorrow, and I'll tell you no, absolutely not.
I'm good.
Yeah,
We're good
you,
over here.
yeah.
None of that for me, please.
Mm-mm. I'm too humble for that. No, I cannot.
Yeah,
But yeah, I feel like ancient civilizations were a lot more advanced than we are taught, and they probably went to explore the universe and they haven't come back, except for like visits and whatever, and that's what the UFOs are.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, that's
I'm
my
sure they
theory.
found, if that is true, I'm sure they've found somewhere much better to live than here.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's um, like I wouldn't think that they left to just find a better place, but I feel like they left for curiosity's sake,
Yeah.
and because they
And
were
then they
probably
just happened
thinking,
upon another place and created
yeah,
a home. Yeah. But I
yes, and they
think
created a home somewhere else.
if this was the most amazing place they've ever been, they would have been back to stay here for good and not be
Mm,
out in the universe exploring. So I think they found
yeah,
somewhere to make a home. They
I
just
think they
still
found
like
somewhere
do the
better.
research on other places.
And also, I feel like I just let out a mean burp, but I
Oh,
feel like the people who were left behind by those like ancient civilizations were salty as fuck, and that's why they decided to just like control the narrative from then on, and that's why. And the people who are like in charge now, they are aware of like the ancient civilizations and how they left, and they're kind of salty about it, and that's why they're trying their best to like discover the technology again and to like learn space travel, and that's why billionaires are like racing to Mars and whatever. because they want to be like them, but they can't outdo the doer, you
Yeah.
know.
I think
But
that is possible. I think it's possible, a very possible theory that we have made things that can, go out into space and do all of these things. I'm sure we have,
mm,
like, I don't know. I still haven't gone into looking back at that theory that I saw several videos about societies before. But like just the way that they would use energy or create energy from other things to power like buildings and
mm,
other
yeah,
things like that. I I know that there's a possibility that that would happen. I would never ever
yeah,
ever be able to tell you how it's possible, but I'm sure that there are ways. Like I feel like the world is literally such a magical place and we know nothing about the magic
true,
part of society. And I'm sure that there are people within our government and whatnot that just don't want us to know that all these things exist, or they don't want to confirm it because they don't want us to be afraid, because I feel like fear creates problems. But and also just besides that, they just want to be able to control us like you said. But
yeah,
yeah, I definitely think that that would be possible. I still have to look into that other theory I was talking about. One day I'll bring it up, maybe not today. But like factual wise, like about aliens and stuff, I feel like it could be, it really could be, but I also think it might be like actual civilizations, or actual not civilization but other beings that live
yeah, from other
elsewhere.
planets that
Yeah,
originated from there and not here.
we will never like know, maybe not in our
Me
lifetime, but
too.
um
Agreed.
I think it could be either or we could also be out there with other beings, people from our planet. But that would make sense if it were, because I've seen other videos or other people talking about, like Area 51, um or just aliens in general, and them saying that we actually are in contact with several different species that live out in space.
Yeah.
And that would make sense if they are actually us and the government is just saying, well, I don't think the government has ever put this information out, but people just know that we've been in contact. I don't know like how true that information is or where it came from,
Mm,
but it would make sense if it was other beings and that's just what they're saying is other species, but it's
yeah.
actually people from here, and that's why they know how to communicate with us.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I also feel like if it were to be humans, then they wouldn't want us to know, like the general public, because then the general public would be like, so we're
I want
capable
to
of
do
this, and
that.
you don't
Yeah.
want to, yeah, and you don't want to tell us, or like we're capable of making, renewable
Such
energy or a
great
big amount of
creations. Yeah.
energy to like
But we're
power the
still
world.
here slaving
Yeah.
away in this
Yeah.
society,
And so
but we
like
can
I
do
feel
all
like
these other things. Yeah.
yeah, the government would be in fear of the general public knowing what's that? They'd be like in fear of like yeah, the general public of knowing what we're capable of, and that's why they wouldn't tell us like, oh yeah, humans are the ones who are extraterrestrial beings and they're the
Yeah.
ones who are like flying those spaceships or whatever that you see that you
Yeah.
don't like are
Really.
unexplainable. I'm so intrigued in what you're doing off camera. I really want to know. Like I'm so curious.
It's just this right here.
Oh, you know what? I've seen that before. I
Oh
can't like I've seen
yeah.
it everywhere actually.
Like when you
It's
drive
like
and
a
stuff.
yeah, that must be like some kind of signal for like love or oh, that person's cute or something because
Yeah.
I see it all the time from random strangers too.
Yeah. So
So,
like when you see like two like this, that means
yeah.
they love you a lot.
Oh,
And they
yeah, yeah,
truly,
no. Okay,
they
thanks for
really
telling me
admire
because
you.
yeah, every time I see that like two of them, I'm always just like, well, why is there two instead of one? But now I know. Thank you.
It's just double the effect. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that for me. Um, yeah, so that's us putting on our foil hats and talking about aliens and stuff. But what was another thing? I wrote down on
Honestly,
my
I could
note
stay up on that, like all these theory topics forever. I love
for
that.
real though.
Yeah.
Um,
Should that be what this is?
Words cannot theorize. That's dumb. I literally just wrote, "I'm sorry, depressed." For what?
I'm sorry depressed. Are you sorry depressed?
Sorry. I think I am. I think so. Because you know how, like, when you start to, like, not be able to do things that are simple and easy, that's when you're just like, "Oh, I think I'm losing a battle to something."
Yeah.
Mentally.
But like I don't think I'm depressed. I think I might just be fucking lazy. I don't know. There's
I'm dead.
times where I'm like, bro, I gotta do all of these things. I know it's like, there's nothing you can't do in a day, honestly. If you
Literally.
actually think about it, you could make time, but then you would have no downtime to do like simple, enjoyable things like scrolling on my phone
Mm.
on TikTok or me playing Sims for an
Yeah.
hour, you know? I
It's
would
so
have
interesting that
absolutely no
you think
time.
about, like, that as, like, simple, enjoyable things because I do too, and, like, I enjoy just being on my phone, but I also feel like it's just me desperately trying to get a hit of dopamine, like, constantly because I
Yeah,
don't know where else to get it, and, like, if I was just to, like, read a book, like, I wouldn't actually, I feel like I would, but I think I wouldn't, like, feel happy if
yeah.
I was to just do that stuff.
Oh my god, if you play Sims, like, or if you've ever played Sims, I don't think you have, right? But I only started playing Sims like within this past year, and it's so much fun. But it's so funny because they have like levels of like what you need to fulfill or to keep
Oh,
them like
yeah, yeah.
alive and whatever.
Mhm.
And there's like a social, there's a fun bar, there's
Yeah. My social
bathroom,
bar is, like,
hunger.
6 feet under for sure, like,
Yeah,
have no
like
social life.
bathroom, hunger, hygiene, all these things. And it's like legitimately what we need, But I think it's
Yeah.
so funny that they have a fun bar because like every time I'm at work, I'm just like it's not that I completely hate my job. It is fun, like, talking to my coworkers and stuff, but we don't really have too much time to get to do that. And
Mm.
like, or like one of us will be like on the phone, so it's just like kind of a difficult situation. But um like every time I'm at work, I'm like, I can't wait to get home and play my game. Like I can't wait
Yeah.
to just relax and not have to be like, so on go the whole day. Um so yeah, it makes me laugh that there's like a fun bar because it like goes down and my Sims will react like they will not do their homework. They won't find a job. They
Mm.
won't do these things if
Yeah.
their fun bar is not up. And that makes so much sense,
There's, like,
because
some kind of resistance and whatever.
yeah, you have to like I mean, it makes sense. You have to be able to like enjoy certain parts of your life. And so like when
Yeah.
you're at work for so many hours throughout the day and you just can't wait to like get a break and like play games and like have fun. It's it's like part of human nature. So
Mhm.
that is it. But at the same time, I just truly admire the people that have time to do everything they need to do because I tell
Yeah.
myself every day after I get off of work too, like, hey, you're gonna go on the treadmill for at least 20 minutes, at least. And I haven't done that still yet. And when did I mention the
Mm.
treadmill? Like 3 weeks ago. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just haven't been able to. Um,
Yeah.
but like I literally could just as soon as I step foot into my house, put on my leggings, put on a different shirt and just get on the freaking treadmill. Like, like it's that easy,
Yeah.
but I don't make enough time throughout my day for me to fit those things in. And then
Yeah.
yeah, just rather I need to have my fun too. Like, I don't know.
I definitely feel like sometimes I'm just being lazy, but I also feel like I know what I would need to do, like, I know, the things that I would have to do to, like, just keep my all my bars up, like, my social, my fun, my
Yeah.
hygiene, my, whatever things are and, like, all this stuff, but I feel like sometimes it's just because I don't have the discipline to do it, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm not doing it. Because I feel like discipline is very important in playing a role in your own happiness. Because if you actually have to, like, make yourself do all of these things, like, especially if you're in a place where you're feeling low and, like, you're like, "Oh, I don't feel like brushing my teeth," or, "I don't feel like showering," "I don't feel like going out," "I don't feel like eating food that is good for me," or making food, like, I feel like that is a really big role is discipline and knowing that you need to do these things, and sometimes I feel like, it's just my lack of discipline and it's not
Me
my
too.
emotional state, but other times I'm just like, I don't know, even if I were to be able to like force myself to do things in my mind, I'm just like, I feel like it wouldn't make a difference, honestly. And that's
Me
why I feel
too.
like sometimes
But
I'm just
yeah,
depressed.
I also do know, I have it in my mind that if I'm consistent enough, it'll happen. But
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah, me
never
too. Like I feel
able
like
to be consistent. That's the
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And I've known this about myself that I'm a creature of habit and I need to have routines. And like once I put something into a routine, then it becomes easy for me to do because then it's just something that I'm used to doing. And it's like kind of like a muscle memory thing.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just hard. Like I feel like the last thing I was able to input into my routine that actually is good for me is flossing daily. And that's like just such an easy thing that I could do. But I feel like it was so much work and it actually was a trial and error thing. Like I would do it for a little bit and then I would stop doing it and then I would do it again and then I would stop doing it. But now I'm in a place where I can do it constantly. But that's just like one thing that I've been able to discipline myself to do that makes me feel good or better. But everything else is just like feels impossible to do. Like cooking at home, grocery shopping to be able to cook at home. Like I just can't. And like being social, like I've never would have thought that it would be so hard to be social, but it's actually so difficult for me. Like this last, what was
Well,
it,
it's like
Monday?
it's physically draining,
Yeah.
like
But I know
mentally
that like I
draining.
need to do it. Like I can feel myself like disintegrating without like having human contact. Um, but like the last time I was in a social environment was on Monday and I was forced to go. It was for work and it was honestly pointless. Like we could have just it could have been an email to be honest. But I was in like I was at work and it was like all my coworkers were there and it was like a potluck setting, but and we watched like one quick video from my CEO and then we just did a bunch of I don't know, like work exercises, but it was more like little worksheets that we filled out to and then shared and then did group work. And honestly, it should have been like a good fun time, but I was like trying my best to distract myself by just filling up my paper with like drawings and stuff and like doodles until the time ticked like 2 hours because I think it was a 2 hour long meeting. And I was just trying to distract myself to make the time go by so fast because I just didn't want to be there even though I feel like I've always wanted to like socially be able to like hang out with people. And like my coworkers are cool people. Like those are people I can like have fun with. But I just in the moment, I just didn't feel like I was having fun. And I was just like, is this like an issue? Is this a me issue? And yeah, that's why I just think I'm a bit depressed, even though I've been saying like I'm coming out of it since like we started this podcast. But yeah, I just can
Yeah.
tell that all my bars are dwindling low. And I need to like do something about it. Therapy maybe, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's just something you have to get used to too. It's another habit that you have to break because since you're not around people so much, it's harder for you to like I don't know, socialize, Um
Mhm.
cuz I feel the same way too. Like it's so weird like now cuz I'm such a homebody majority of the time. I mean, most of the time I'm at work, but like when do have free time and I have like the opportunity to go out, I just rather not, unless I'm just
Mhm.
gonna go to like the grocery store. I don't really mind, but um, yeah, like doing other things just makes me like not want to go because I'm like I don't want to have to like put on a front, and
Yeah.
be fake nice even to people I don't really enjoy being around. I'm just like I don't know, but then I think too it's because it's not people that make you feel comfortable yet,
Yeah.
because when it is like I get excited to see people that like I love to be around, like or I'll get excited to go out and be around the people that I can be myself around, um
Yes.
but yeah, when it's like I know I have to go to like some sort of event or party and it's people I don't really care for, I'm just like, why do I need to be there? Like, is it
Yeah.
important that I'm there? Not really, because the party's gonna
Yeah.
go on without me. So, you know, but yeah, I think it's like another thing too, though, because besides that, like, I'm just in the habit of like not really going out too much anymore, and or just like not having to like see friends every day like we used to have to do in school. Like I'll see my
Yeah.
friends every day or like other people that I might not care for either, but I'm gonna be around them and I'm gonna have to talk to them because we're in class together. But now, like, now it's easier because you can literally choose not to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it. Like, if I that's why I feel like it's such a disciplined thing, because like, I know I should see people, but I just, like, feel like I'd rather stay in my bed and rot away. I genuinely
yeah,
just need to, like, touch some grass, like, so desperately.
yeah. But I think, yeah, you should just like make time to be around people that you enjoy being around. Like try
Mm,
to see your friends. Like I don't know, try and see me whenever the fuck I go home. Like
yeah.
try to, unless I don't make you feel comfortable. Like you know, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's like the only time I actually enjoy being around other humans and like having social interactions. I also feel so bad too because before I used to be like so in touch with my friends when I had time. But now
Mm,
like when I get a text from certain friends, I still love them. Like I don't feel any different towards those friends like my best friend like Dalen, like she'll text me and I feel so bad because I just don't feel like replying, I just
yeah,
don't have
it's
the
just like, I
energy
don't
to like
have the energy to
maintain a
type.
conversation. Yeah. Like I'll
Yeah,
see
so
it and then
true.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'll probably text her back later and I'll just never text her back.
Yeah,
But
I hate when I do that too.
yeah. And then I start having like that guilty feeling where I'm like, damn, am I just like not being a good friend? Like what if they don't want to be
Yeah.
my friend anymore in the future, because I just
Or
like don't reply.
it's just like I get in this feeling, I start to think, like, I have all this time, and I could have just, like, spent, like, 30 minutes to an hour talking to them, but I decided to just spend it doing what I
What you're
was
comfortable
doing.
with and yeah,
Yeah.
like what you like to enjoy in your free time. Like that's I feel like that too because when like my family they FaceTime every single day because my niece calls them. So my niece will call from like her iPad and then my mom will go on and my aunties and
Mm,
my grandparents will be there too
that's cute.
sometimes. And I try to join it as much as I can, but realistically I probably get on there like once a month. And it's like every day that they're FaceTiming.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's,
it's
like, way
crazy.
more than I do communicate
Yeah.
with my family.
But then I think to myself, I'm like, I literally could have just got on there to say hello and then just get off, like, or I could have just
Yeah.
checked in with them and they like never see me. So it's like,
Mm.
it's not that I don't
You
want
got
to.
me
Always
thinking.
think, I always think that there's gonna be another time. So
Yeah.
I just put it off. But I'm like, I really have to start getting on there more because everybody's getting
Yeah.
old. Like.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I think the last time I saw my mom was, like, 2 months ago, maybe a month ago. That made me so incredibly sad because I was just like, I haven't seen my mom in, like, maybe a year or 2. We
yeah,
live on the same island, so, like, it's not like it's a plane ride away or whatever. I could see her if I
yeah.
wanted to, but I just haven't been in the
You just don't
mood
make
to
it
see
a part of your
people.
routine. That's why too.
I don't, yeah, and so when I saw her and then I saw, like, how much different she looks because she's aging and, like, I'm aging, it reminded me of both I'm aging and that I have all this time to, like, still be in touch with her, and I'm just not spending any time doing that, and so it was right before my vacation too, my 2-week vacation from work, and so I feel like the first week was me just being so sad and, like,
Yeah.
depressed and, like, "Oh my god, I'm wasting my life and I'm wasting my other like, my family member's life," if that makes sense, like, it just felt like such a big waste of time, like, and it just made me feel so guilty, and I hated that. So, it makes me think I should definitely start calling them more, at least once a month, because that's at, like, the very bare minimum I could do. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
You should at least maybe you should just try making a day with your mom every single month where you just go and have
Mm,
breakfast. Like,
right.
just
Yeah.
like or like before we do our podcast, you could literally go get up out of bed at 8 o'clock, go eat breakfast because I'm not gonna be up until 10 and ready, you
Mm,
know? You could
yeah.
just make that like once a month, or twice a month or something.
Right. Ugh. And, like, even now just thinking about it, I'm just like, "I don't wanna do that."
Yeah.
But I know, like, I was just saying how I should, but then hearing it, it's just like,
Just pick a day every
um,
month and just be like every
yeah,
like first Saturday of the month we'll go and have like breakfast or something, or like every
yeah.
first Wednesday of the month.
That's so true. Because even my sister-in-law texted me and they're like, said the same thing, like, "Oh, we miss you. You should definitely come visit and hang out," and they're a lot closer. They're, like, 10 minutes away from me, but I haven't seen them in, like, 3 years either.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you know what makes me feel less sad is music, and I love to just like turn on the music and just like I don't know. I don't fold laundry, but I'll just turn on music, scroll through Twitter. I'll turn on music and like do something around the house.
All I can really say about that is I love Miley Cyrus, and there's nothing else that I
Yeah.
need to talk about. That's it. That's the
Your
topic.
Miley Cyrus is my Conan Gray. Like I have been
Yeah.
obsessed with Conan Gray for since I moved out on my own because I remember I started listening to his music because I was like he's really because I was making a far commute from work to my house when I was living in Hilo. And so I was like, I need to listen to music that's like chill, that'll make me feel good. And Conan Gray was the answer. I love him. He's got the best vibe in his music. I tried to explain to my coworker, like, I was like, oh, in this genre of music, he's like my favorite. And she was like, oh, and what genre is this? And I was just like, oh, I actually don't know. Sad,
TikTok. No, I'm kidding.
right? I was like, sad. And then she actually said, oh, melancholy. And I was like, oh, yes, that
Is
was a
that
perfect
what it's called?
description. What?
Is that the genre of music that you would say he fits? Melancholy?
Yeah, because it's like sad.
Is that like the official term for sad music? Because I've
I don't think
never
so.
called it that. Yeah. I just say
No.
I like sad songs.
Yeah. But like that was like the perfect description, I feel like, is melancholy because he makes songs that are like sad, like pining for someone that you can't have music or
I honestly
losing
think
someone
that
in a
that's the only
relationship.
song I know about from him is the Heather song, and I think that's it.
Oh my
I don't think I've
god.
ever
You
listened
probably
to.
heard Maniac too. Maniac
I'm
is one.
sure I've probably heard like TikTok songs playing, but I've
Yeah.
never like actually listened to one besides that song.
I
So
sent Ashley his entire album and then I like sent her individually which songs from the album she has to listen to because I just fucking love his music. Like I love his
yeah,
latest album too. I should probably send it to you since you don't listen to Conan. So I'm gonna make you learn. No, just kidding.
yeah.
But
See, but like I don't use Spotify, so I'll just look him up on Apple Music.
oh yeah, he's definitely on Apple Music too. So
hmm
listen to those songs because he's so great. I love him. Not that his songs are relatable to me because I've never been in a relationship and all his music is like relationship
But you
vibe
can understand the
songs.
feeling. You could
I
imagine
do
the feeling.
understand,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially because he has a lot of songs of like it's basically just him like longing for somebody that he can't really have. And I feel like that's just like the gay boy experience, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love him. Um, and then on the other side of the spectrum, I also love Doechii. She's a rapper
See,
and
I
I
still don't know
fucking
who
love
that
her.
is, but I will look it up
I will
after.
send you
What
my
kind
favorite
of
songs from
rapper
her
is
too.
she? Like, does she have? Is she
She's got like
within like
very
American pop music,
yeah,
or she's
definitely
okay?
American.
I'm just
Um,
assuming because Doechii kind of sounds like something that may be like an
yeah.
Asian type of
No, I definitely and we were
artist.
just talking about Nicki Minaj, but I definitely think when I first heard Doechii, like her flow reminded me of Nicki Minaj's flow because it's very like fast, like really like on a hard beat and like when you listen
Does
to
she
it, you're like,
properly
oh,
enunciate?
oh
That's the thing
shit,
that gets to me.
yeah,
Okay, that's good.
no. Her first song that I ever listened to was Spooky Coochie, which is hilarious. I think like listening to that song the first time, it made me laugh like 3 times because of
Yeah.
what she said in it. It was like fucking hilarious. But that was my favorite one. And then there's this other song, Fruity something, but Fruity Cup or whatever. I'm so fake, but I'm gonna send you that one because you need to listen to it. And I feel like a verse in that song actually went viral on TikTok and was like a popular sound for people to
I'm
use.
sure I probably heard it too, but just like not knowing
Yeah.
who the artist is. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, those are like my 2 top artists at the moment.
Yeah. I
Other
just
than
really,
Miley
really
Cyrus,
love
who
Miley Cyrus. I'm just gonna
yeah.
let me
Have
get
you
into
been,
it.
like,
Let me get into
listening
it
to
now.
her latest, album? Is that what made you discover made you
No,
get into
so
her?
I don't know, but it's like crazy because just what maybe a few months ago I had randomly downloaded her. It's like a live soundtrack from her one of her concerts, but
Mm,
it's on Apple Music. Like the entire thing is downloaded onto Apple Music, and I don't know, I just downloaded it because I don't know, I recently started to get into like when you just get so fixated on somebody's life randomly, like you just like
Mm.
decide to look up facts about like certain celebrities and whatever, and you just fall into a rabbit hole about it. So that's kind of like what happened, because I saw a video of her on, I don't know, it might have been with Jimmy Fallon. I think he might have been the host. So it might have been his show. But it was her and Pete Davidson on that show, and it was like her singing um it should have been me, like, instead about, because like that was when he first started to date Kim Kardashian, and Miley was just singing that song to him. Yeah, but like it was just for fun and whatever. And then
Oh
I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
oh my god, I didn't even realize they were friends, and I thought they were so cute, like as a friend duo.
yeah.
um and then just like a whole bunch of other things, like I just started looking up facts about her life. And then I had at the time started listening to a lot of Noah Cyrus, because I didn't know a lot of her songs.
Ooh,
I did listen to her before, but
I need
like
to
I wasn't
listen to
really,
more Noah Cyrus.
yeah, I didn't really like, I wasn't keeping up with like her latest stuff, so I was kind of like getting back into like, just listening to
Yeah,
her
you know
stuff.
her song "Cry."
Yeah.
I fucking love that song. It was my I actually ruined that song for myself because I made it my alarm clock song. And so
Oh, and now
after
you
hearing
hate
it, yeah,
it.
I fucking hated it. But years later, I love that song. It's definitely a bop,
Yeah.
certified.
But I also always really liked this one video that Miley Cyrus did, and it's like an old video, like from years ago. It's like a backyard session with her singing Jolene in her backyard with like their band
Yes,
and
I
stuff.
saw that one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that video. So I don't know, I just started watching that video, and then I watched like a small documentary. I don't know if it's like legit made by her and her team, but I saw somebody
Um,
make like some documentary, and I watched it, and I was just like, yeah. And I feel so bad, because do you remember like when Wrecking Ball first came out and she was going through like that whole like experimental phase?
yeah,
Yeah, and she just changed, right? I kind of fell victim to like what everybody else was
hating her.
saying about her. Yeah, I was just
Mm.
like, ew, yeah, what happened to her? She was so pretty and this and that, like it's not that she ever was ugly, but it was just different for her to be doing that.
Everyone was comparing her, I think it was a VMA look when she twerked on stage to freaking, a raw chicken breast.
Bro. No, so yeah, I was kind of like one of those people too that was just like, oh. But then I think as
Mm,
time went on, I think a lot of people realized it wasn't just a phase. Like she was just trying to like, I mean, it was a phase in like trying to say that she found herself. Um, but I feel like it kind of just became more normal for her to act that way, as
yeah,
time went on. So I feel bad for like feeling that way. Not that it matters to her. She doesn't know who the hell I am. But it's like
yeah.
I
No,
just
but,
was
like,
one of those people, you
yeah,
know?
your, like, opinion on her is just, like, one out of the same that so many other people feel, and I feel like it's
Yeah.
just, like, a mindset that was pushed onto a lot of
And it was
especially
just a
young people.
surprise, seeing her acting like
Mm.
that. So
Being Hannah Montana.
yeah, exactly. And so yeah, I don't know. I kind of just forgot about her for a while, after that. And
True.
then I just recently started to, it's not that I forgot ever, but it's just I wasn't really keeping up with what was going on in her life. Like I remember her breaking up with Liam the first time, and then them getting back together and getting married, and then them getting divorced, but I wasn't keeping up with like her musically. And
Mhm.
yeah, I started to watch more videos, and then I saw like she did a cover of Noah's song, the one that's called I Got So High That I Saw Jesus. I was so in love with that video. Like you have to, I don't know if you've ever watched it, but you have to watch it. It's her and Miley
Mm-mm.
Cyrus, Noah Cyrus and Miley
Mm.
Cyrus both singing it together. And it's like it's so beautiful. Like they both sound so good. I feel like in the comments people were saying Noah Cyrus sounds a lot like the younger Miley Cyrus, and I agree
Yeah.
100%. Like
Well, I
that's
feel like
accurate.
Noah just sounds just like her fucking older sister. Because when Noah Cyrus first came out, I was listening to her songs, and I was just like, "Is this Miley Cyrus? Like,
Yeah.
this sounds like Miley Cyrus." And then seeing the name Noah Cyrus, that's when I learned that Miley even had a little sister that was into music like
Oh
that
my
too.
god, you didn't know. Well, I knew, I always knew she had a younger sister. I think Noah Cyrus was the voice of Ponyo
Oh,
or
really?
something like that. Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
I
little
had no
cartoon.
idea Noah Cyrus, like, existed
I think
until
Noah Cyrus and
her
Frankie
song
Cyrus were
"Cry."
both in the audio
Who?
for Ponyo.
Noah
Frankie
Noah and
Cyrus? Oh,
who?
no, no, no.
Who is that?
Frankie Jonas, I meant. That's what I was trying to
Oh,
say.
Frankie
Noah
Jonas.
Cyrus and Frankie
I thought
Jonas
you
is
were
like the Jonas
mistaking
Brothers'
Frankie
little
Jonas
brother.
for Frankie Grande.
No.
That's
No,
so funny.
yeah,
But okay, I know who
he's the
Frankie
Jonas
Jonas is.
Brothers' youngest little
Yeah.
brother. Yeah. So I think they were both in that stuff, but she was always kind of in the scene too, but not really like doing things because I think she was so
Mm.
young, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like both of them, and then I learned that Miley Cyrus had, because if you listen to her now, like her voice has more of a rasp to it, but it also
Yeah.
sounds so much more powerful than it used to be.
Speaking of
So
rasp, have you seen that one interview she did, or like she was on a radio show and her voice sounded like a 40-year-old smoker's
yeah,
voice, and
no,
people were
but I
taking the
love it.
audio
I love
and editing it.
it.
I was
I haven't seen
dying.
any of that.
I think I've
Um,
sent you one, of this animation where they used a cigarette as Miley's voice. And I was just like,
bro,
"Oh my god, why'd they do her like that?"
yeah. But I think she had like a vocal surgery, and I don't know if it's something that was mandatory for her to get. Like, I don't know if anything was wrong
Recently?
with it. Yeah, well, within the last few years, I think she
Oh,
had
wow.
some sort of vocal surgery, and I don't know if like she needed to have that or she just chose to have some sort of vocal surgery, but
Mhm.
something changed in her voice, and so like you can definitely hear it a lot more now. Like she has that rasp and sounds more powerful, and I don't know, it's just
Mm.
it suits her so good, and it suits the style of music that she's been doing now, because she does a lot more like rock music and a lot of old
Yeah.
songs she remakes, you know. And I'm like obsessed with it because she does like Plastic Hearts and like Bang Bang, this like really old song that she
Yeah,
redid.
Plastic Hearts has been making its round, like, I feel like that's a really big right now, her, cover of it.
Yeah, and I had that on my phone for like a while too before I kind of got more into like her now.
Yeah,
But I had it on my phone for like 2 years already, and but yeah, it's just like her voice is so great now. I'm just like, and I
true.
don't know, I feel like she seems genuinely much more happy now that she's able to be herself, you know.
Yeah.
So,
She's
yeah, that
finally
was
done
my
all, like,
tangent.
the
Yeah.
she's done all of the, experimenting, and now she
And
knows very
everybody
much
knows
well
now
who
that
she
that's
is.
just like legitimately how she is, you know, and I like
Yeah.
it, you know. But yeah.
You know what song I really love from her? It's an old one, Malibu.
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
god.
Malibu is a great song too.
I jam to Malibu all the time. It used to be my, like, number 1 shower song, like, I would just sing that, like, every fucking day I shower because it's such a vibe, and it's so
It
happy
is.
sounding. I love it. Um, yeah, and I feel like recently people have been realizing how good Miley is vocally because people are
Oh
always just like,
yeah,
"Oh, she's kinda just like a normal singer," but actually, she's like a vocalist, like, she's really good
she
too,
really
and
is.
she's a
Yeah.
really in control of her voice, and like, she's good at what she does.
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like it aged well because I think
Yeah.
before the reason I didn't really care for her is because I didn't really feel like she was different than a lot of people. I feel like she could sing averagely back then. Not saying
Yeah.
that it was average. I'm sure it was actually very good, but like at the time when I was younger and I was like a kid listening to her, I didn't really think like it was anything special. I mean, I loved Hannah Montana and I loved her on the show, but I just, yeah, I feel like musically it wasn't something I saw as her strongest talent. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's like what I love her for, you know, like her having a different sound. I don't know. It's amazing.
Yeah. She's
But
definitely got one
anyway,
of those voices that are unique and that anyone's gonna be able to, like, pick out from
yeah.
in, like, the years to come. They'll be
Yeah.
able to, like, tell, like, "Oh,
She's
this
just
is Miley
aged
Cyrus."
wonderfully. She aged wonderfully.
Mm.
I'm like, you know, yeah, she had that one phase that everybody was just kind of like upset for, but I don't
I
care.
feel like it was 2 phases, like, it was
Yeah.
the Wrecking Ball, and then it was, like, the Bangers album phase,
Mhm.
and then that's what after, like, everything after was her, like, toning down things, and everyone was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay,
She
she's
just found herself
good."
within, you know, doing all of those
Yeah.
things. So I love that. But
We
yeah,
love Miley
about
Cyrus in
I
this
feel like
house.
I was gonna use this earlier to kind of transition to like the next topic, but then I you know, you asked me about my music and I had to talk about it. So I mean, I
Yes.
besides Miley Cyrus, I do love a lot of other people. One day we'll get into
Name
that again,
5.
but
Name 5 other artists. No.
Adele.
Oh my god, no.
Don't make
I
me
agree
get
with
started
that.
on that either because the way
I
I would go
agree
on
with
another
Adele
tangent.
so much.
Yeah.
Um, what was her last 25 with Hello. When that came out, we were in high school, and I can't believe it's been
Oh
that
my
long
god.
already.
And you know how I learned
That
about her was teenage wait, what was that one? American Secret Life of an American Teenager. The one with that girl that got pregnant. It
yeah.
was on ABC, I think.
Yeah. Was one of her songs on there?
Rolling in
And
the
that's how you
Deep
discovered
was
her? Oh
playing.
my
Yeah.
god.
Because we were
Crazy.
like what, sophomores, I think? I think it was like I
When
was a sophomore.
25 came out?
I don't know. I think it came out before that, but
I
when
think it
I
came out in
discovered it at the time.
2015, so I think we were
Because during
juniors.
that time is when she blew up. It was within that same year that
Yeah.
I found out from the show. It
Mm.
was during that time. So yeah. But I don't want to get into it.
I love Adele though. I truly do. She's definitely one of the artists that I will occasionally just like look up her her
We
discography
have
and just like
to
listen to all of it
dedicate one whole episode next
to just
week
music.
to just celebrities and music, specifically music, but
Yeah.
we can talk about other people too.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
but yeah, I was gonna say, because you know how you were talking about that rapper you like with Dochi,
Mhm.
um, and then I thought it was like an Asian sort of name. Um, Speaking of that, this is gonna get into the topic that you also wanted to talk about. I really liked Suki Waterhouse's Met Gala outfit. That's Robert Pattinson's fiance or
Yeah.
girlfriend. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I
I
literally
love
just learned about
hers.
Suki Waterhouse yesterday because
I
of
don't
I think
really
she was
like
trending
care
on
for her
Twitter.
musically. I'm not gonna lie. She has some like good songs, but then I don't really. I'm
I
not a
don't even
huge
know if
fan of
I've
her.
heard them. Yeah.
You've definitely heard like one of them at least, because like
Really?
that's like legitimately the one she performs like all the time and performs in
Okay.
exactly the same
I'll have to
way.
look it up after.
Yeah,
But
it's just I feel like she's just too repetitive for me, but I
mm,
liked her outfit. She's pretty. But then yeah,
yeah.
speaking of that, I just thought it was funny that like I was like, "Oh, is that like an Asian name?" Like, but cuz
Dochi.
her name is
Yeah.
Suki Waterhouse, but she's like white. I
Oh,
even
that's true.
googled.
She is white, and I
I even
just
googled,
realized
is
that.
she like any sort of
Asian.
Asian, but she's not. Like her
Is
parents
that
just
her real
chose to
name
name her
too, is
that.
Suki? Oh, wow. Interesting. What an
Yeah.
interesting name her parents gave her.
Yeah,
That
her
little
parents thought it would
Caucasian
be cool to
girl.
name her that. That's why they named her that. But
Got
yeah.
it.
But now,
That's
yeah,
funny.
now we can talk about the Met Gala because I know you wanted to get into your favorite
Yeah,
looks.
so my favorite looks at the Met Gala, I have to go pull it up again. I can definitely say, Conan Gray, one of my favorites because he had, like, a super shiny tuxedo/gown look on, and it was super, like, sparkly with diamonds, and he had a cute little, like, pendulum over here, um, and it just looks so good. I'm not gonna say this one is one of my favorites, but I definitely liked it, and I think it was definitely an outstanding look. um, Lil Nas X's whole booty hole just out on the carpet, just like sprayed with a solar paint or whatever.
I can't.
I actually
His
like
whole
it. Like,
booty
I
hole.
think it looks good. I think he pulls it off. I know everyone's been saying like talking trash about it, but hey, I think it looks good, and he's
Did
got
you
the
know he
body
was
for
on
it.
Mari at one point?
On what? What is that?
Mari, the Mari show. That's the one where they're like,
Oh,
yeah,
oh
like you're
yes,
the
the old
father.
guy. I have heard of it, and I think I
I
saw
didn't
one
know he
clip of
was
it, but I
on
forgot.
there. I saw a video clip of him on Mari. Watch, I'll show
Mm,
you later. But bro,
yeah. Selma Hayek's dress looked so good, and her body was banging. Like,
she's
okay,
always banging. Yeah, I love her.
yeah. Gigi Hadid's look.
I don't
I
think I
mean,
saw
she
Gigi.
slays everything, but I feel like that look, like out of all the other looks I've seen her wear ever, like I really liked that one. And it was like a
Okay,
black
fine. I'll look it
lace.
up right now.
Yeah, it was like a
I
black
didn't
lace,
see
like
it.
flowy dress, and it just looked so good. Um, who else is really good?
Kristen Stewart.
Oh, Kristen Stewart. Like, not even about her look, but the way she looked
Yeah,
on the red carpet was hot. Like, she was
yeah.
giving twink, she was giving 2000s boy band, like, she was giving it. And, like, I saw this one video of her looking at Doja Cat, and, like, she gave, like, a double take to Doja Cat, and it was that one little look that she just gave that I was just like, "Kristen Stewart is kind of hot. What the hell?"
Oh
Um,
yes.
I think it's her hair too in her look, and like what she was wearing. I think it was like a suit. Like, she just looked so hot. I loved her
Oh, I do
for
like Bella
that.
Hadid's look. It's cute.
Yeah, right. Who else? Oh, I liked Cardi B's. Hers was like a big dress with like black roses on
I liked
it,
her
and it
hair.
was like velvety. It looked really cute.
Yeah.
Jared
I
Leto
really
Leto
yeah,
had 2
Jared's
looks.
yeah. I loved his cat suit. It was so
I
funny.
mean, the cat is cute, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't know, I just like him
Ooh,
though, his
Janelle
face.
Monáe's one. Have you seen Janelle Monáe's?
Let me see.
It looks like something out of Alice in Wonderland. Like, it's so I don't know, I just love it. It's, like, cartoonish almost, very cute. It's like a big, like, dress/suit, like, I don't know, whatever they did to the with her, they killed it, whoever the designer was. Viola Davis's shirt, I love her dress, I love because it was a pink, like,
Yeah.
dress and it's sparkly. And I also heard that the person who's like is the theme of the Met Gala this year, he hated pink. And I'm just like, I love when people do things in spite of other people. Like, I just love it. So
Yeah.
she killed it. I love her for that. Do you have any specific looks
I
that
don't
you think
really
are good?
have
Those are like
any
the
because
only
I
ones
don't
I
really
really
know
like.
too like I've only seen like a few looks from the Met Gala. So I saw Jenna Ortega, you know.
Oh,
To
hers was
be
good.
quite
Yeah.
real, yeah, to be quite real with you, I don't really keep up with like the actual theme. I don't really care if like I don't know. I feel
Mm.
like I just
The
like
theme
the
was just
looks.
some dead guy who apparently was just like not a great person. So I don't really care. But yeah.
Yeah.
I only
I just
looked
like
up the
seeing
theme
like everybody
because
look good in their best
yeah,
fits,
I
you
just like
know.
to see
So
like the outlandish looks and stuff.
yeah.
But the only reason why I looked up the theme was because I saw someone describe about Viola Davis's dress on why it's so iconic, and it's because she did it in spite of the person who they had the theme about. And I just love when people do things out of spite.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else is kind of just toned down, like very normal. I feel like those
Yeah.
ones that I named were the ones that I really liked, and I think we're good. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I have to say about the Met Gala. And I just like the Met Gala, even though I know we're in the era where we're trying to be more conscious of what we're consuming and being aware of like how we're just in such a dystopian era of society and how capitalism is literally coming to its end. Anytime something like this happens, like an event where people get in big like fancy outfits, or anytime something that's like showy happens, I'm consuming it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be
Yeah.
subscribing, I will be logging in, I will be leaving my 2 cents.
I want to see it, you know.
Yeah, like what's the point of not just being a part of it? It's right there in front of my face. But
Yeah.
yeah, those are my favorite Met Gala looks. Everyone leave your comments on who your favorite Met Gala attendee was.
Mine. No, I'm kidding. I feel like it's so
Um,
much pressure to even get like go to the Met Gala, you know, because
mm,
everybody's trying to outdress each other and I just be so afraid to
yes. Oh, I think you know how Emma Chamberlain is always an interviewer? I think she actually went as a guest. Oh, I lied, actually. She definitely was an interviewer again because I think she interviewed Doja Cat. Um,
Oh.
so never mind. And I was gonna be like, good for Emma Chamberlain for being a guest finally, but she was an employee
I mean,
apparently.
you can still look good while you
Yeah,
attend, you know.
she definitely still went to the Met Gala, okay? So we
Yeah.
can't say nothing about that. I also just like Emma Chamberlain. I don't know.
I really want to
She's
try her coffee, but then I
very
also don't want to spend that much money. Like,
yeah. I
yeah.
remember like tweeting something like she's my favorite comfort character or whatever. I know I left a comment on TikTok and people were like, comfort character, she's that person. And I'm just like, yeah, I know, but she's like also like
Comforting for
not
me, okay? Like,
yeah, she's
yeah.
also just like she's kind of a character. Like everyone who's a celebrity is kind of just a character. Like, yeah, they're just people, but they are treated as a character in like a TV show, no matter how big they are, because that's just kind of how celebrity life works, I feel like. So I think that's yeah. I just thought it was funny that I called her a character and people are like, she's not a character, she's a person. And I was just like, yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm a character. Everybody's a character. We all have character.
Yeah. I mean, y'all are
I
characters
call it
in
that.
my life because I'm the only
Yeah.
person alive. Everyone else is just nah. Everyone else is just
You're
a
just a part of my simulation.
actor. Yeah.
Yeah. The way I like demolished my coffee in that entire like first half hour.
You was like halfway done by the time we started.
Yeah, because I couldn't stop
Hold
sipping
up.
it. I already had it out. Did
I'm pretty
I
sure I'm
glitch or did you
glitching because
glitch?
it's
Am I
yeah,
still
you're
on
still
it?
on, but it's like heavily overcast over here at my house. So it's
No,
a
I
bit
only see like one
glitchy.
Wi-Fi bar.
It's okay. We're about at the end of the episode anyway, so we're fine.
Yeah, it was a good talk, but like, yeah, I think definitely
Yeah.
the next topic, we will just talk about our favorite celebrities, our favorite theories, our
Yeah.
favorite stories about these celebrities and whatnot.
Next time I ask you if you have any topics and you're like, "Yeah, I have one," I'm gonna ask you to write it down right then and there. Because I was gonna tell you, like, when you were like, "No, I haven't written it down," I was gonna be like, "You should write it down." But I just didn't because I was like, "Okay, we'll
No, but I
remember."
feel like we had enough to talk about to like fill it up because we were talking about like yeah, if you ask me who I love right now, I'm gonna get on a
Yeah,
tangent
I'm
about
gonna go
why
on
I
a
love them.
tangent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have opinions and thoughts on literally everything. You just need to ask us.
Yeah, like low key, I'm a fucking hater, so I have so many thoughts about
Me
so many
too.
things. But I'm also a
That's
lover, so I love so
yeah.
many things.
It's so funny that you say that because I feel like maybe a year ago I was really big into being a hater and not like I was actively like leaving hate
Me
comments or
either.
like
I
leaving
never
mean
leave
comments,
hate comments. I just
but
like
I
think them
would
to
hate on
myself.
things and like I would have my opinion on things and it would be like hater ass opinions and like I wouldn't be sorry because like it's just my opinion.
I don't think
I'm
like if I
sorry,
don't like
but
something,
not
I'm not gonna be sorry about the fact that I don't like it.
yeah.
Like I don't think I will ever be sorry about it. But yeah, I mean, I've never left a hate comment. I don't think I ever will. I don't.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't make me that mad
I
that I would
think I've
spill
left a
any.
couple hate comments, and I remember just being embarrassed as fuck. Like, I'm just like, "I should delete that." Like, as soon as I commented, I'm just like, "How old am I? Like, why am I
Unless
leaving
it's
this
like a
there?"
real life situation,
Yeah,
it's
exactly,
never
yeah.
that deep.
I
So
think
I
it's
will never.
reasonable.
I
Mhm.
think the only time I'll ever comment, which I don't, I even if I think about commenting, I just don't comment. I don't know, but
Yeah. I think a
if it,
couple times I've seen a video and, like, they've done something that annoyed me, and so I was just like, "You're annoying."
mm,
And I'm just like, "It's really not that deep."
yeah, I
I
love
just didn't.
I just love to just block people. Like I don't know.
Oh,
Like
yeah, me
that's
too.
why like
Yeah,
I'll literally send Kaniela TikToks where I'm like, this person's irritating, they're getting blocked. Like
blocked.
yeah. And this one's blocked. Like, you know.
Yes. Like and it's so weird how TikTok will put someone on my For You page that I feel like should not belong on my For You page, and I'm just, like, immediately blocked.
Yeah, same. Like I have to block them because it's I just don't want to ever see their stuff on my feed ever again. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and, like, if somebody tweets something or even if they retweet something that, like, I just really don't agree with, I'm like, "Okay, unfollow and blocked." Or
Yeah.
if I'm not following them and they're just on my page, I'm just like, "Okay, blocked."
Oh shit, wait, I think my boyfriend's home. I have to open the door. Yeah. I just don't like I just can't be bothered unless it's like a real life situation or topic. That's the only time that will ever get me like mad enough that I would have to feel like I feel like my opinion would matter, you know? Like when I see like police brutality or like situations happening to like young kids or like other things,
Mhm.
like just violence in general. If I feel like my opinion would matter, then I would, you know. But
Yeah.
if it's like just like a friggin' like annoying video, then I'm just like, I'm gonna tell all my friends so that they feel the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell all my
Literally,
friends
that's
so
how it
they feel
always
the same
goes.
and they block them and that might get the account taken down.
Mm.
Otherwise I'm just not gonna
Reported.
comment. I'll just block them,
Blocked
you
and
know.
reported.
Yeah. Yeah, I report it sometimes too. I do that.
And dead. Anyways, so this was a good one.
Yeah. Just about the right time too.
Yeah, perfect timing actually.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Yeah. Um, and we'll see everyone next week.
Actually, like we still haven't even uploaded like the last two, but that's okay, you know.
That's so true. I haven't even touched to, like, edit the
After
other
this video,
4
we'll see you
videos.
guys 3 weeks. 3 weeks
Yes.
after this actual official date.
Yeah. After we're recording, it'll be posted 3 weeks later because I still haven't even gotten to, like, the last 3 videos we recorded, but,
But yes.
you know. See y'all later. Goodbye.
Bye.